Hello there, welcome to First Strike Season, the time of the year that every video game ever gets released, and I overwork myself because I can't stop myself from talking about the new stuff. I couldn't decide which of these two simultaneous releases I wanted to talk about first, so I'm doing two videos at the same time for each. Yay for overworking myself. There's a link below for the other video on Super Mario Bros. Wonder, but in this video, let's take a look at the first few hours of Spider-Man 2. Time to swing into action! Spider-Man is my favorite superhero of all time, full stop. I used to love the 90s cartoon and the couple video games I tried on N64, but, I was young, so I didn't have much access to comics or anything else. As a matter of fact, if Digimon hadn't come around to distract me, my Spidey love would have been much, much more. But I was ready to jump back in with the release of Sam Raimi's first Spider-Man movie, and I loved it. Sure, it missed a bit of what made Spider-Man a special character, but it felt true enough to the spirit of the character, and I was 12. I mean, what do you want from me? It's not like I had decades worth of movies and video games to indulge my fandom yet, so what I had, I adored. Even over the years, regardless of some missteps in the movies and games, I still largely enjoyed most of what was available to me. But I longed for another Spider-Man game like Spider-Man 2, the original movie tie-in game that is. That felt like a full Spider-Man sandbox simulator, unmatched for years after. Then 2018 rolled around. I saw the trailers, heard people talking, knew who was making the game, but after years of disappointments, I wasn't ready to trust it yet. I almost didn't even pre-order it. I think I finally caved about a week before it was out, and am I ever glad I did. Screw Spider-Man 2, again the old one. We had a new awesome Spider-Man game that wasn't even a tie-in, but managed to stick the superhero landing better than almost any game before it. Sure, there were comparisons to Batman Arkham Asylum, but it still came awful close to winning Game of the Year, only missing out thanks to an unbelievable year of awesome releases like God of War, Red Dead Redemption 2, and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. It was immediately clear that Insomniac not only understood the assignment, but relished in it, making a Spider-Man for fans, by fans, one of the hallmark stories ever given the character. Several years later, Miles would get his own game to herald the advent of a new generation of consoles, and while much shorter, that game was equally excellent in quality. Basically, I was more than hyped from trailer 1 for this game, but as usual, I'm speaking too much, so let's get to the story. I can glean some things from the trailer, but I haven't seen them in the game yet, so I can only say that Kraven the Hunter seems to be the main antagonist, not protagonist as I wrote. He is searching for that rush that only the biggest hunts can give him. To cure his boredom, he decides on a number of New York-bound supervillains to hunt down, leading both Spider-Men to hunt him down before things get out of hand, and because, killing is bad, even a villain. That's how they roll. Both Peter and Miles have some major personal life stuff going on. Miles preparing for his adult future with college enrollment, but he doesn't feel ready, so he allows Spider-Man stuff to pull him away. And Peter has been steamrolled by the events of the previous games, what with losing job after job, the whole Octavius fiasco, Aunt May's passing, and so much more that when Harry Osborn returns out of nowhere and offers a prestigious science career that's more than Pete ever dreamed, he considers getting out of the Spider-Man gig permanently. While I'm more than aware of the Venom storyline, that's yet to come in my time, but it is refreshing to be spending more time on the everyday life side of things rather than the superheroing. Obviously, I love Spider-Manning everywhere, all the time, but it's harder to buy into that kind of story the same way as the relatable, oh crap, how am I going to pay the mortgage biz? Your day will come, kids. You'll understand. Anyhow, what I've seen so far has me plenty motivated to spend more time with my favorite arachno-sapiens. That's, spider humans, in case you're confused. It's okay. This game might be the most sequelized sequel to ever sequel. That's not a complaint, as everything this series has offered is something I've loved. It just makes it tough to work out a proper perspective on any changes, since those changes either feel too nominal to matter, or just feel so natural that you don't even notice. Alright, so let me start with the traversal. I've not tried the fast travel at all yet, because frankly, traveling through the city is some of the most fun. They told us about the biggest new addition to maneuverability, that being the wingsuit. The wingsuit initially feels weird because it suddenly feels like I'm playing like a Batterman or a Superman like gliding or flying game, but this game does a good job of displaying when and why to use it. I mean, you can use it to get a bit more airtime, but swinging is so much fun, so I find that when I want to go a long distance quickly, I look for those wind tunnels and glide there. It does feel awesome to fly all the way over the strait to the other island in a single shot, and this is where the game is at its best with the feeling of momentum. Other than the wingsuit, no surprises here, swinging around works the same as before, and it's still loads of fun. So next we have combat. The biggest change here is that, while there are fewer gadgets to use, there's now a second set of special abilities that also recharge as you fight. These are going to be things like Miles' electric venom abilities and Pete's new spider arms. Combat feels even more hectic, as before it was like each enemy had a specific way to deal with them. Now it feels more like you're just throwing things out every which way. It feels chaotic in the best way, like Kingdom Hearts. Probably only need to use half of the attacks and combos that I'm actually using, but I love it. Finally, let's cover both the upgrades and the map. See, as an open world game, this game is all about traveling the city, clearing missions and quests and such. You then use the various points and currencies, like your tech points, to unlock suits and upgrades for use in future missions and quests. It's a cycle of go here, do this, get points, unlock skills that you're on throughout the game, and it's still awesome. I am a bit displeased with this aspect, only because I haven't worked out how to tell what I should be doing and where just yet. I think it has to do with the lack of towers, and I know, that should be a good thing, we've had more than enough towers in our open world games, but it made it so much easier for me to plan and get things done. Now, I think you just naturally fill in the map as you travel, which requires some extensive pathing, hardly an issue thanks to the swinging being the most fun part of the game. From there, you discover the points that you need to hit over time, as well as stepping in to clean up the street crime whenever it shows up. I do really like how varied and involved the various map points are, the simplest being those photo ops again, but finding the Prowler's tech stashes is something I really like. There's a little bit of a search, it makes awesome use of those haptic triggers, and sometimes you have a fight. You also have Flint Marco's, that'd be Sandman's memory crystals, which is definitely a weird video gamey thing that even Spider-Man has to suspend some disbelief for. I haven't found many other points like that yet, but there's more than enough variety to make them things I want to do, not just things I have to do. It's also pretty neat that you just kind of naturally hop between Peter and Miles whenever. It's not a hard pivot to make, you can even choose to swap anytime you want, clearing some exclusive missions and quests all the way. It is an amusing touch to drop in on a crime only to find the other guy is there, so you just team up to finish it off and give them a little encouragement after. Just like the other two games, this game's full of memes, references, loving nods, and just all-around Spider-Man goodness from top to bottom, and it all feels excellent. I'm not sure what else to say here. Yes, this game is excellent. It shows the exact same quality, polish, charm, and heart as the last two. There are ways that it does in fact feel like a sequel, but mostly just feels like a continuation. I don't know quite how to describe it, it feels like we just got more of Spider-Man 2018. Frankly, that's awesome, and I can't wait to keep working on a proper review. Spider-Man, yes, both of them, are in good hands with Insomniac, leaving me salivating at the thought of a new Wolverine game we know they're also working on. These guys clearly love these characters, and have done them the truest of justice with excellent, excellent video games for us to enjoy. Well, I'm feeling a little burned out now, so maybe there will be a first strike next month. I'm honestly not sure. But there will be more reviews, so make sure you're subscribed to see those, and of course like and comment while you're there. That would be truly awesome. Link to the Mario video is on screen, and down below as well, and I'll be seeing you soon for more reviews. See ya!